Is he lying?
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so comfortable.
You should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You should be facing charges.
We're here. We was always gonna be here. Welcome back to the Final Third European Review Show. We look back on the European week. I'm your host today, the unfortunate host. Thanks. Joined by my ever faithful co-host, Lavish. Oh man. Football can kill, you know. Football can kill. Because I was having a decent day up until now. I was having an all right day. And two people that don't know I exist, have never met me before. Well, one of them has, but they've ruined my night. They've ruined it. They've finished my night. Bro, heart attack. Somebody can die right now. Because these idiots came to do up nonsense.
I'm sure pick up a Chinese book.
Ni hao for real. Ni hao.
Game about United was as well. Bank up midnight hour. These men must be at Shubs. All right, fair enough. Oh man, let me get past the zoo. Listen, bro. You man. First and foremost, by your disappointment, clearly you cared about winning the Europa. Secondly,
I just care about I don't need to be embarrassed all the time. Like we can lose.
You thought you were gonna go to Sevilla and get a result. It's actually
a joke. You don't need to be embarrassed all the time.
And then in the grand scheme of things, you lot also let a two goal lead slip. Man, this is
last week. We did that last week. In fact, you know what? Stretch us on whatever you want. We deserve everything at this point, man. We deserve absolutely everything we get.
But when we say as rival fans, you lot aren't that good. You tell us, treble winning season, hold tight. If Arsenal finish second and trophyless, listen, bro, you lot aren't that good. You can't. At the end of the day, you can't change it. It's fake. The chain's fake. The watch is fake. You can't change it, bro. So now when this is happening, you lot are disappointed, obviously, naturally, because it's your team. Rival fans are looking at this and we're not shocked. No one's surprised. We just go on. We just move on to Friday. Like it's just another day. So unlucky, but I knew Sevilla was going through. There's no way you were beating them at home, especially as you had the injury. There was nothing you lot were not even the favourites. Once it got to 2-2 and you had injuries, you weren't favourites anymore. It was over.
All right.
I think if you put Sevilla to win, you wouldn't have even flipped. You wouldn't have the bookies. You wouldn't have flipped.
Look back at all five goals that they scored. Tell me we did not put every single one on a silver platter for them to score. They did not have to
2 goals. So let's make that down to 3. Then
even the first two in the first leg.
That's what I'm saying. You scored 2 own goals. So let's take it down to 3.
Then start here. Maguire. De Gea, Maguire.
Robbie Savage, I feel like there's an embargo in British media on criticizing Harry Maguire. Like generally ever since he's joined Man United, because he's England's captain, there's literally an embargo on criticizing Harry Maguire because Robbie Savage was moving heaven and hell to make us it was all De Gea. It was De Gea.
Both of them need to take. You know when both know when you
that was 80%. That was 80% Maguire's fault.
It's both of them. I can't lie. You know when
80% Maguire's fault. If Maguire is an experienced professional, you see every other centre back, Stones, everyone at that level, they let the ball run across their body.
De Gea sees the pitch in front of him. He can see Maguire's got someone on his tail.
Are you receiving the ball without scanning?
Okay, cool. This is not me saying that Maguire is without fault because he's at fault as well. But De Gea needs to actually think: should I pass it to Wan-Bissaka who's free? Or should I pass it to Maguire, who, yes, he's calling for the ball. At the same time, bro, you play football. You know who to pass to. Exactly what we was talking about last week when we kick ball. You know not to pass it to certain man when they're getting pressed and you know they're going to give up the ball over there. De Gea, you need to actually think. He did the same thing. He did the exact same fucking thing at Brentford. Brentford away when he passed it to Ericsson and Ericsson's getting closed down by Jensen. Everyone knew, do not make that pass. Do not make that pass. He's being closed down to hell. Do not make that pass. And he'll put you in hospital. He'll put you, if it's the easiest pass to make, De Gea's putting you in hospital. He doesn't care whether what you do with it. As long as he makes the pass, he's putting you in hospital. He doesn't care.
So if it was Martinez receiving the ball,
Martinez can maneuver it. But you know your personnel, bro. Know your personnel. You see Martinez when he can just do the jinky and just swivel out of that. You've seen it. You don't see Maguire's stiff. He's called a fridge for a reason. He did not get fridge for Bant. You don't pass it to him when he's getting closed down like that.
He got the triple press. I ain't seen that triangle before. They closed him down so quick. But the thing is, if he lets that run across his body, he looks like a complete baller.
Maguire there. Now we talk about Maguire. De Gea, you hold your licks. When you and your brother get in trouble and you know you both have to get licks, your older brother goes first and he takes the beating. You have to still go next. You're not getting away.
Okay. Before we get there, we're getting some comments and I want to just engage some of the audience as well. Good Casemiro, basically Casemiro suspension by Hugo Perry.
Casemiro, you stunk as well. I can't lie, you stunk as well.
You need a new keeper. I think he knows that. Mike G, we got to rush De Gea. If
that's
you
it.
man done that in Selhurst, man will be fuming. Yeah, feel for Harry because he's trying his. Yeah, just comment here. Feel for Harry because he's trying his best, but he's just not good enough. And Mr. Austin says 80 mil. Now, just to summarize,
put this comment back up because we need to address this comment.
I was going to say though,
opportunity to come and tell us, oh yeah, whenever I'm in the team, we do well. We win matches whenever I'm in the team. I feel like I just need to be given my chance. All of that flipping nonsense. Stop.
Is this Banks? I'm gonna ask you this, and let me get Mr. Austin's comment back up. Banks, is this categorically in terms of cost and in terms of performance and output? Is this categorically post Ferguson era the worst Manchester United signing of all time post Ferguson?
Yes, no doubt. There's no doubt about it. Even in terms of Premier League signings, I think it's only surpassed by Kepa. I think Kepa for 72 million is the only worst transfer. When you look at size and expectation and what they should have produced, I think it's only surpassed by that. But in terms of Manchester United, it's gone
because they're going to tell you that Maguire had in 2018-19, he had probably his best season for United, which was like one of a fantastic. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. Like his best season wasn't that good.
For all that Maguire, his CV, whatever. All that he has to show for in a Manchester United shirt is the Carabao Cup. That he did not even have a part in playing. He did not really even have a part.
What do you mean in terms of that the actual silverware that he won with it? I'm not putting silverware down to him. I'm putting just individual. His best season wasn't anywhere near.
That's what I'm saying. But when you actually try and pick up the grains of salt of what the hell is Maguire's Manchester United career, you actually boil it down to the fact that it's nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. The good seasons where he was good and United were doing something on the Ole means nothing. It meant nothing. We won nothing. We were 20 points behind City. It meant nothing. It meant nothing for the price of bread. It meant nothing for the price of fish. Nothing. And then we come and see him when we need, bro. Varane and Martinez in the same match is crooked. So we need our captain to step up and be a fucking leader. We need you to step up and come and play football and step up to the plate. We need you to step up to the plate. And you failed miserably. You failed so pathetically. It's actually painful to watch. I don't want any comps from Maguire. This is one of those ones that needs to fade into the background. Just give him just a little salute. Just see you later.
The Gea 3 seasons ago.
Pictures.
The Gea should have left Mourinho. The Gea should have left a while ago.
The Gea, if I speak, I'm gonna say something so offensive, and I do not want to say so. I do not want to be rude. But that final scene of Mice and Men, yeah, something along those lines. Everyone's read of Mice and Men.
Tees and Ugo arguing that Maguire is not trying his best. He's a good leader, but put pressure on his head. There's a lot of feel for him. Scapegoated. Strongly disagree. Tees thinks he's not trying his best. Mr. Austin said, Banks, who's your third choice keeper?
Hey, big man thing at start, Tom Heat. This is I've said this. This is no cap. For 5 years now, De Gea has been walking around Old Trafford like his park. he's been able to fuck up numerous times with no repercussions.
No
When it
repercussions.
comes to that semi-final, go and play Tom Heaton. I don't give a damn what you think. Go and play Tom Heaton in that semi-final because
He's not losing. He's not doing that.
He's not, but he should. He should. De Gea's out here turning down £200,000 contracts. We're gonna go out there and announce De Gea new contract.
De Gea, if you add up, obviously because Karius was the magnitude of the game, but if you add up all of De Gea's calamities, I am sure it exceeds Karius' two big mess ups in that Champions League because De Gea's had some bad ones. He's had some mares over the years. He's had some absolute horror shows.
Went 0 for 11 in a penalty shootout in a Europa
0 for 11.
League.
That Villarreal was the
0 for
last
11.
straw when you get rid of him, but I thought he should have left with Mourinho.
You should have after Ronaldo. I've said this multiple times. He's never been the same since Ronaldo scored that hat trick on him. Never been the same.
Oh, okay, the World Cup.
Something switched in his brain after that, and we never got the same De Gea that was shot stopping, like whatever his faults were, he was shot stopping on a crazy thing. After that, we lost him.
Dadaverse, great name. All Casemiro knows is suspension. Big 5-time Champions League winner, you know.
Now we've talked about the back four. We've talked about the defense. Let's come into the midfield because they can't get away with that either. Casemiro, yes, he wasn't even good. He was in terms of defensively, in terms of on the ball, he was woeful because he kept giving the ball away. But defensively, oh my god, it was a black hole because Sabitzer and Eriksen offered us nothing.
They weren't even running.
Oh my bro. This is not me being reactionary. This is not me being like trying to get clicks or trying to be just infuriate. Bro, Eriksen needs to retire tomorrow. Like
Eriksen was playing. Eriksen was playing like he had cramp.
He can't move. Like
Eriksen was playing like he had cramp.
Your technical level can't carry you at the top level, just technical level. Like everybody was running past him. Like you can't be that. You can't lack that physicality and expect.
Eriksen's got to call it quits at this level,
bro. At this level, like if you want to go back to Denmark,
if
you want to go, I don't know what you want to do, bro. But at this top level, bro, you saw Manchester City yesterday. We'll talk about Manchester City, but you talked about Manchester. You looked at Manchester City athletes yesterday, athletes throughout the team, athletes everywhere, physical, and then you got Eriksen being run past by a 35-year-old Rakitic. Everybody running past him, getting dominated, bro. This is not me being flipping. This is not me being reactionary. He genuinely cannot survive at this top level. Sabitzer, the biggest midfielder around, bro. Can anybody point out to me what the hell Sabitzer?
Hey, that is jokes. The biggest midfielder. Hey, no. I forgot. Sabitzer was at least Eriksen was on the pitch, but he played like he had a cramp. Sabitzer,
bro.
Woo!
Oh my god!
Sabitzer was bad. No, he wasn't running. Sabitzer was just bad. He wasn't even running. It was
the thing is, they run, but you know when you're not close to anybody, so it just looks like you're running around, and it looks
like you're warming up.
Just running around. That's what you're
changing direction.
Oh my god, Anthony's the only one that can come out of that game with a bit of credit because he tried. Word to Andy, he tried. That's the only one. But the other guy on the upper wing, oh my god.
Dadaverse.
No, we can get to the. I'm not. In fact, I'm not even talking about him no more. I've stopped. I'm not talking about him anymore.
Enough is enough.
I'm not talking about him anymore because it's not right on any. Like I'm not wasting time talking about.
It's above his level. It's above his level. We all know.
I'm not wasting time. But Sancho, oh my god, I do not want to make this a Sancho thing, but brother, you cannot be ducking out of, bro. He was ducking everything. My thing is, and it just comes back to the Eriksen thing as well. You can't be that low intensity. Like even if you like.
Oh, the boy's scared though, isn't he? It's like he's scared. He's coming back. He plays. That Sancho plays like. Let's say you just came back with a serious injury and you don't really want to. Like you don't want to get a little bit too physical, yeah. And even at that,
50-50s. Oh my god!
I understand that. That's like when you're going in for 50-50s, but also what you do when you're on the ball as well. It's not good enough to warrant or to excuse your performance off the ball.
It's generally not. Like you're giving me a whole load of nothing, and I'm trying to make a meal out of this, but I can't. there's people that told me, "Oh, you're gonna regret like I'm putting faith in Sancho. He's not really gonna do anything when he came back." And I said, you know what? Let's just give him the chance. Let's see what he can. Bro, you're giving me nothing. I want to
a long
eat,
way
bro,
away
you're
from
giving me
your,
nothing.
because if we rewind back 2.5 years ago when we first did our first video, Sancho signed for 72 million. You were telling me, listen, the good thing about Sancho is we've got a lot of stars. He doesn't need to step up. Address that because
So
you said the good thing about Sancho is, yeah, he can have a couple off games, but he doesn't have to, because he's not the only star. He doesn't have to step up. Sancho's been an awful signing as well.
It's been an awful signing.
It's been an awful signing.
100%.
And this is the problem we tend to have with United fans in terms of, you lot, the Glazers. You get who you wanted. You lot really wanted Sancho. You get him. You really wanted Maguire. You got him.
You said we really wanted Maguire.
You wanted Maguire still. Mourinho spent a whole, and you wanted him. Like, get us Maguire, get us now Van Dijk.
No,
have the Van Dijk effect.
You literally could have went to other signings without going to Maguire. There was no need to put a lie on Maguire's name. There's no need.
You wanted Maguire.
We was out here campaigning for Maguire. That's what we was doing. Campaigning for Maguire. I remember the United fans were on Sancho. We wanted Sancho. You say we wanted Maguire. Don't be fair. Be absolutely fair. Be absolutely fair. Bruno didn't even play. Suspended.
I was going to ask now 2 more people before we move on to another match. Right. So, this Martial FC thing, it doesn't exist anymore. It's an administration. It's folded, right? Because Martial doesn't deserve any sort of fan club whatsoever. The most overhyped, overrated thing that's ever existed in the Prem, and I don't know how it ever got any sort of clout. It's just because the Man United fan base is massive.
Before we go, Tez, was you campaigning for Maguire? Was this a thing? Where was I?
You lot all wanted Maguire. Let's not lie. And you was comparing him to. They were saying he's gonna have the same effect. He's gonna have the same effect as Van Dijk. Was hearing all that nonsense, and we're like, "What are you lot talking about?" Then that's when Paul Merson made the famous video about this guy at Birmingham who used to play on the halfway line, moved to Chelsea. Yeah, you lot wanted Maguire. You wanted Maguire.
Fair play. Hey, bro. Honestly, I'll put my hands up. I wasn't aware. I didn't know this was a thing.
You wanted Maguire. You wanted Wan-Bissaka. You wanted Sancho. All these you wanted them. And when you got them, they've shut the bed.
Man is expecting someone who's had a career-changing injury to have the same physical ability. Are you talking about Eriksen? If you are, retire, bro.
Eriksen, get this comment. Get Nathan out of here. Kick Nathan out of this chat. Because nobody's expecting him to have the same physical ability. We're just saying, hang it up.
Bro, just step aside if it's not you.
Just hang it up. You ain't got to do this to yourself.
Step aside, bro. The roads don't have to be for everyone. It's cool. Step aside. Be a 9-to-5er, bro.
Just be a champ. Just be a champ and go into the coaching. I'm sure you can get your badges in several places.
Bro. But back to Martial.
Brentford into Tottenham. Martial, that dare's got to die. That dare is over this season. For me, I don't know how he even existed this long, but nothing of him. One trick pony, and he's managed to milk a good enough United career out of you lot. But for me, never lived up to any form or any expectation at all.
Martial, done up. Just in terms, I'm not gonna get into the ability of him, but just in terms of
ability's not special. It's mid. It's mid.
Just in terms of ability and just in terms of availability. Sorry, just in terms of availability, it's done, bro. Man can't. And it's sad seeing somebody that can't stay on the pitch. But bro, I'm not relying on you no more, fam. It's done, bro. It's like trying to actually, bro. He's had 3 games since he's come, 3 or 4 games, maybe 4 games. 2
He's
starts.
Been there. He's probably like after De Gea. He's probably after De Gea and Shaw. He's probably one of the longest serving United players. He's been there for 8. He's been there. It's coming to like a decade, bro. He's like been there for like 8 years. How long's he been there? For ages.
7 years. And the peak thing is, do you know how he got injured?
What is it? Trying to make an offside run or something?
Maguire fell on his ankle. Maguire fell on his ankle.
Oh, that's a heavy U. And I saw some silly youths were comparing him to Henry when he first came because he had black gloves. You lot make me sick. And I never want to hear Henry's name out of United fans' mouth again. Ever.
Martial gets a testimonial. I'm going there. Just a boom. Just a boom. Bro, I miss Marshall FC days. I miss the days when I had faith.
Those days were the most. They were artificial.
I miss it.
They were
I missed it.
artificial.
They were not. It was
They were
based on
artificial.
something real, but he couldn't build on it, man. He couldn't build on it.
I think it was based on nothing. Now, last but not least, I was gonna say, you're gonna tell me Rashford wasn't fit. He had a bad game. Whether he was fit, whether he wasn't fit, whether he just had a bad game, it's indifferent to me.
What the hell? Of all the people that you're gonna put that game on, Rashford isn't even a topic to bring up, bro. It's not a topic to bring up because first of all,
he's the star man.
First of all, he's 100% not fit. He's 100% not fit.
I'm not gonna use that.
Yes, we are.
If he plays, he's fit. If he's playing, he's fit. So we're not gonna do that. If he's playing, he's fit.
Playing, he's fit. Stop chatting rubbish. You can clearly see that guy coming off a groin injury back within 3 games, bro. He was not.
Then it's negligence. Then it's negligence from.
It's 100% negligence. Him and Shaw should not be on the pitch, but we needed to try to save the game.
Shaw plays like that anyway. Gets cooked all the time.
You wanted to try to save the game. Shaw
plays like that. Shaw plays like that.
Whether you think they play like that or not, Shaw and Rashford should not have been on the pitch. They should not have. I think Shaw even got re-injured, which is the craziest part of him being put onto the pitch.
Man said Dadaverse false, Oli, and he was negligent too. He was even more negligent, playing with a broken back, a shoulder that looked like pulled pork, playing Rashford off of a pulled pork shoulder for the whole season and just injecting him every game. Oli was negligent as well.
Damn, Rashford, mad wrong. Man just came in and said, fuck Rashford. For what reason?
No, I'm not doing it wrong. You know what? Someone brought up the fact that Rashford scored 1 more goal than Martinelli, and I said, uh-oh.
Yeah, in the Premier League. Unlike you lot, you actually went and scored in other competitions. So yeah, Martinelli's got 14 goals in the Premier League. Rashford's got 28 in all competitions, 15 in the Premier League. Let's be fair here.
Let's be fair. You're out of all of them. It don't matter.
Yeah, but when he was there, he scored, didn't he? Was Martinelli not in the same competition?
He scored today. No, but at the end of the day, I'm talking about Prem goals. Oh, so you're saying Rashford is like a lot better in terms of because he's got more goals in all competitions.
I'm saying when he plays, he scores. That's what I'm saying. When he plays, he scores.
Didn't score today. You could have picked another. You could have picked another day to drop that sentence.
He didn't.
You could have picked another day to drop that sentence.
Martinelli didn't score his penalty in the previous round, did he? He didn't.
Talk about the Europa. That was a blessing in disguise. I'm happy you lot went further. You lot went further. Got rid of 2 centre backs.
That made you draw to West Ham minute. That was the free week that helped you lot really energize that 2-2 draw against West Ham minute. That's what really gave you the energy for Bowen to pack it on you. That's what it really was, wasn't it? I saw the energy. I saw the energy in that performance. I saw it. I saw you lot really went to the full 90. Really saw it. Tell me, don't make me sick because you're talking rubbish. You're talking rubbish, and I hate having to correct you on your rubbish. Talking rubbish.
Fuck it out.
Pure rubbish.
Junkyard dog on me.
Pure rubbish.
I can turn it down. We're not on the wing, mate. Listen, yeah, that's the last time you fucking raise your voice at me on the stream. All I'm gonna say is this.
All I'm saying, don't bring no Martinelli prop into European.
All I'm gonna say is this, yeah. Someone said to me in it. I don't know who said it to me. Someone said to me that Rashford has 1 more goal than Martinelli, yeah. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Ask that person if he's correct. Go
all right, let's get in some of these comments. United play time and time again for all their war crimes against football. True, because if you go back and listen to some of them Sir Alex Prems, about 5 of them were false. Let's go to this one. It's funny how United fans this season bring in all the comps because it's the only time that... Yeah, that is true. This is what I'm about to say. You don't start to talk about statistics in all comps. When do we do that? Fair enough.
We've always done that because we don't. Bro, we're comparing them and they play in the same competitions. You don't want to compare all the matches that they play in.
No, we don't.
Why is it just the Premier League you want to compare them in, bro?
No, we don't. We don't say, oh yeah, all comps, yeah, FA Cup, Guardian Cup,
Why is it just Premier League, bro? Is it only Premier League because that's the only one you're competing in? Is that why? If that's why, just be truthful.
I don't think so.
Personally, I don't think so. Why don't the other ones count?
I've never gone, I don't know how many goals Haaland has in all comps. I know how many Prem goals he has.
He has 48 in all comps, bro.
See, I don't know that. Me personally, I only know people's Prem goals. And we caring about them.
Look in then. Look in, bro.
I'm not locking
because
into your FA
you're-
Cup and
maybe
Carling
it's
Cup
because
goals.
you are only competing in the Premier League right now that you only want to look at that competition.
What are you
But there's
competing
other
in?
things outside of that, bro.
What are you
Other things.
competing in? What are you
Huh?
competing in? Say
What we
what you
competing
tell me
in?
what you're competing in.
We're gonna take down Brighton on the weekend, man. We got a treble to stop. I don't know if you want to stop that treble, but we got a treble to stop. We're back on our shit.
I think I honestly believe all of everybody outside United fans believe Brighton are a better threat at going against City than you lot. If you want to stop a treble, you don't even lie down. You lie down and you let Brighton do what they need to do because you lot ain't stopping shit. I tell you that for free. You lot ain't stopping a damn thing. So Brighton and Man City in the final.
We've already seen Ake against Rashford, man. We already know that smoke is there. If you don't want to,
Ake's injured now, apparently.
Oh, what Laporte? Oh, smoke for free. Let us get past Brighton, fam. Somebody got to stop that treble.
Arsenal fans always moving the goalpost. What did he say? Let's all be honest. Martinez's goal didn't enough compared to Rashford's match-winning goals. That's a great point. Tees is talking, but you see them goals that contribute to match-winning. He should have done one tonight.
Just sickening.
No, I think he should have. Tees is right, but he should have done one tonight. Martinelli may outscore Rashford, but he won't get PFA nomination because Rashford will because he's more important. No, I think he will because he's English. I think he just will because he's English.
Shem may be spitting. Banks is not looking good, bruv. Shem ain't spat a day in his life.
And last but not least, since I've gone through the whole squad, Gary Neville has to answer for his war crimes as well. Workhorse, he said he likes what Workhorse does. He makes it a bit dirty for the other team, makes it a bit mucky, and links the midfield to the attacks. Did he like what he saw tonight? Is Workhorse really Workhorse? I think Workhorse would bad up the championship.
Nah, he's not badding up anything.
I think he'll bad up the championship. I think he gets you 20 in the championship. I think Workhorse. You know why? Workhorse is just like perfect example. 2 examples. Remember the other game where Workhorse could have squared it to Elanga? He's just slow. Like his brain is.
I'm telling you, bro. He's not. There's a reason he was slapping out in Turkey and.
Did Zigic bag up the championship?
Huh? 2011 times, bro. Championship is better than the Bundesliga nowadays, bro. I'll put down anything, bro. I'm gonna hold you to it. I'll hold me to that, bro. Championship is a top level league. It's not like 2011.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'll hold you to it because you lock in over there. What I'm trying to get at is
living in the championship, bro. I promise you, he's not living in the championship. What I'm trying to get is
I don't know. Workhorse shouldn't be played at this level at all. Maybe
go back to Turkey, bro. Like you was gonna be a hero in Turkey. Go back to Turkey. You can still be a hero there. The last thing I'll say about this match, Ten Hag, you need to hold one of them. There's a cool one of them because it feels like all the away matches that we shit the bed in. There's times when you need to look and you need to say, shit, something needs to change and you need to do it quickly. We saw it so early in the West Ham match where it was like, Anthony's fucking up. He needs to come off. Rashford, back with it, Rashford is not doing anything up front. You need to put him up against Trent on the left-hand side. We kept him up front. Workhorse is not doing anything in that midfield. You need to take him off. There are times in the big away matches where he does not react quick enough. It was the exact same thing here. That midfield of Casemiro, Eriksen, and Sabitzer was dying from the very first kick. And then after 45, it should have been like Shaw and Rashford wasn't enough. He needed to get either Fred in there as well. I'm not saying, again, this is not me saying Fred would have changed the match and he would have been a match winner. But he needed to change something. He needed to absolutely change something because it was too easy and he just watched the game go by. Absolutely watched the game go by. He does it too much.
He just doesn't have the personnel.
That definitely plays a part. But at the same time, we've seen you maneuver with this personnel as well. So you're able to do it. At Old Trafford, you can do it, but it seems like in the big away matches you fumble. And that's not something that you can just overlook. For Ten Hag next season, that's definitely going to be a big thing that he needs to address.
So this season now, you got Brighton, very, very tough game. But hypothetically, if you drop out of the FA Cup now, winning a good season, all in all.
What, top 4 and Carabao?
Yeah.
I call that a 6.5.
Okay.
That's 6.5.
Okay. Win the FA Cup, drop out of top 4. What's that?
Oh, that's a disaster. That
Okay.
drops it down to like a 3 or 4.
Okay. No
Pure
problem.
disaster.
No problem.
Championship that Morpay was slapping in bare. You lot don't understand. Watch the takes, man. Watch the takes. Ahmad about to win. Yes, people. Ahmad's about. Go look into your stocks. Go look into your trade 212. Go get your Ahmad stocks. Ahmad's about to win Young Player of the Year. And it's pure hoops. He's winning it off of pure hoops. If you want to see real football, don't watch Manchester United. Go watch Ahmad Patrick Roberts 2-man game. I promise you, there's not a better 2-man game in the league. There's not a better. Watch them two do jinky majinky. There's not a better 2-man game in the league. Joey, thank you for bringing this up. This isn't even what makes the championship a tough league. For the last couple of years, you run into a couple of championship teams. It's not pretty. That 46 league season, not pretty. Not pretty.
It takes you to places you don't even want to go.
Bro, imagine going to Tottenham on a Tuesday night in January. You think everybody's mentally able to cope with that? You think everybody can cope with that? You're crazy. You're crazy if you think that. You're crazy. That's not built for everybody, bro. It's not built for everybody. Ross McCormack looked like R9 in the championship. Where is he now?
The thing is, the quality is high, but the bread ain't even as lucrative as when you get into the Prem. So you're just there lugging away. So because certain teams are still small teams.
Man's going to play fucking Luton Town on top of someone's crib. I can hear Coronation Street downstairs while the match is playing. Nah, it's different in the championship, bro. And I'm gonna be real with you, Nathan. The jump up from the championship to the Premier League is difficult, but it's closing every single time. It's closing every single time.
Closing with the bottom end. The last position 17, 18. Like Southampton can't jump straight back up.
Yeah, nah, that's it. They've got a good squad as well, but there's no guarantee they go back straight back.
No guarantee for Southampton to come straight back up.
To
be fair, Nathan's made some great example. Ross McCormack did look like a bad boy in there. Came up, shut the bed at Leeds, shut the bed when he came to Villa. Mopai as well. Another one at Brentford.
Ollie Watkins though made them bread down the leagues. I'm telling you, man.
Ollie Watkins and Tony are the two that have come up and been absolutely bad.
Those are your barometers. Two beautiful black
because
players.
There's more. Bamford, Gale, Ross McCormack.
Gale did his thing in the Premier League, man. He just put him on for 20 minutes. He's bagging your goal, easy.
Let's switch gears, man. Let's talk about real stuff now. Let's switch gears, bro.
The big away matches, he hasn't had the options though, apart from Liverpool. Yeah, at the same time, you make it. You have to get creative sometimes. You can't just take.
Talk about Eric.
Yeah, sorry. Last thing on Eric. Like, we've had multiple Pamins away from home. Like, you have to be able to adjust. You have to be able to think of something new, come up with something new to try and avoid these Pamins, because it's enough, man. And now Nathan's coming into the archives, man. Man said Jordan Rhodes, real bad boy striker down there, man. Real bad boy. Nathan, next show I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna do some research, and I'm gonna show you all of the players that really stepped up from the championship. I'm come to the next show.
It's gonna be a very short show. You do know that, right? It's gonna be a very short show. It's gonna be a 5-minute one. Yeah, word. All right, switching gears. Tuesdays and Wednesdays matches. Real talking points. Let's start with Real Madrid versus Chelsea, what we call it. Now, yeah, everybody had this whole Lampard, big super Frank. We saw the banner. He went up there. He played 5 centre mids, played Havertz up top. But Real Madrid, even though Chelsea played well, Real Madrid. Nathan said
YouTube short.
It's going to be a YouTube short, yeah. But he went over there, played 5 centre mids, played Havertz up top, and even though they played well, Real Madrid ended up beating them 2-0. Banks, I wouldn't even say it was a fantastic game, but what happened and what happened to Chelsea, and how did Real Madrid end up coming out on top? Was it Chelsea being bad and not taking their chances and Real Madrid being good, or what was it?
I think Chelsea pammed them. I can't lie. First half, they pammed them. We all looked at the lineup to start with, and I genuinely thought Lampard's a sicko. I generally looked at that lineup and I thought, rah, are you trying to do you have did we watch something different? Do you have the first leg lead? Are you trying to contain, where to FM? Are you trying to go put everyone
Yeah.
contain?
Before trying to park it.
Out when you watch the match, I can't lie. Chelsea were pushing Real Madrid back. They had a couple chances. You think back to the big one is probably the Cucurella one, where you gotta finish that. You gotta finish that. Yeah, you ain't got no choice but to finish that. And if they score that goal, maybe the Stamford Bridge. You know what's that?
You can hear, you can hear the pan roof. You can hear the pan roof.
Maybe it changes things. Obviously, with Real Madrid, they rarely ever get ruffled, and more often than not, they find their composure. And you never really expect them to win the tie. But maybe it could have put some doubt in their mind. But they didn't finish their chances that they created. And in the end, in the second half, the quality told eventually. Rodrigo quality, just.
Sean Wickham raised a great point. Chelsea player Aubameyang, they win. His constant exile is baffling.
Chelsea player Aubameyang in 2018, maybe they played Aubameyang in 2020.
I would say on Lampard, I would say I feel like Lampard got it spot on in terms of the starting line. In terms of how they played, he got it spot on. Lampard can't be blamed for players not putting the ball in the onion bag. Do you get what I mean? It's not his fault. It's not his fault players are missing one-on-one chances. Where Lampard can be blamed is maybe the substitutions, but then it all gone to pot at that point, and he was just trying to Hail Mary. But his starting lineup, fair enough, he took a risk, and to me it worked well because Chelsea got onto Real Madrid.
They pushed them all the way back. They even I remember Modric in the first 20 minutes, he gave away 3 passes. When do you ever see Modric give away 3 passes in a game, let alone the first 20 minutes?
And I'm interested to see where Chelsea... Actually, no, let me not focus on the Premier League. More so on the Champions League. Just the Champions League kicking onwards. Real Madrid were, I wouldn't say fantastic, they were just professional in how they picked them off. Because even though Real Madrid missed, I think Vinicius missed a chance when they cut it across and hit his shin. He missed a chance. But aside when Rodrigo absolutely burnt Trevor Chalobah, poor sod.
That was nasty.
Dust. Left it for dust. But Real Madrid were quite professional, and I would say humiliated Chelsea.
I would say humiliated, I would say humiliated. I think it was just again, I can't even call it a reality. I generally looked at that and it's just I don't see it as a humiliation because it's generally the chasm between where Chelsea are and where Real Madrid are is just so wide. You didn't really expect anything. But then Chelsea give you that.
They did. They expected something.
Chelsea expected something. Yeah. You think so? I don't.
They didn't score the whole time.
But are you expecting? So you thought Chelsea fans expected them to do something?
They expected to score. Yeah, they expected to score a goal. They expected.
I think after the first, after the lineups was put out, I think Chelsea fans wanted to kill Lampard. This is not me. I think they wanted to batter him. So when Chelsea come out and play well, I think it's surprised. For me, it caught me by surprise. Seeing Chelsea's first half performance. So, but in the end, as you said, the quality told in the end. So it's it wasn't really an embarrassment, but it was just a reiteration of the quality.
The second goal you play a backfire and get easily open. The top scorer starting in the starting had 6. The starting 11, had 6. I'd say it's humiliating because they didn't even try put 10%.
I hear this point. In the sense that it always felt like Real Madrid had gears to go up. So even when Chelsea scored,
I feel that's why I said it was professional. It was okay, you guys are playing out on gear 2. We'll just go to gear 2, and then if we know this go to 3, we will. But we're not gonna Real Madrid didn't. They literally just cruise controlled the match, even though Chelsea. And this is how Real Madrid play in the Champions League. How many teams over this whole span of from 2016 onwards, could you nearly beat Real Madrid, but they always come out on top. So it's not we were so unlucky. You weren't unlucky. Real Madrid were just professional, and they allowed. I honestly feel like this allowed that to happen. Personally, in terms of Real Madrid, Is there any worries or any positives they take out of that match? Because I feel like it's a normal day at the office for them.
It's yeah, they're in the office. They just need to look in for City because again, man said a exact rematch of where they were last year, and it looks like City are out for blood this year. So it's literally going to be legacy against trying to make legacy, like history against
This
trying to
could be
make.
like passing the baton match.
Makes me sick to my stomach how far we done fell. Oh, that's a passing the baton to Man City. Yeah,
Let's go.
I think Real Madrid just literally have to just Real Madrid just have to be Real Madrid. Real Madrid just have to be Real Madrid because I think again we look at what City are doing in terms of dominating the ball, like dominating opponents. Real Madrid, I don't think they have that capabilities with them. They have the players. I don't think they have the capabilities to dominate Man City like that. But at the end of the day, they're Real Madrid, and that's gonna count for something at the end of the day. Somewhere in the tie, that's gonna count.
So,
for
do
something.
you think that aura could gas mark City? Like, do you think City could even be under that spell, even the great City?
See, that's the thing. I think back to last year's tie where for large parts of that tie, City were on top and they should have won that tie.
Exactly again.
But it was literally the last when they got that penalty for in the first leg and then the last 5 minutes in the second leg where Real Madrid's aura came through and it was like, oh shit, yeah, they're here and we don't know what to do to stop them. So Real Madrid's aura never really takes over you for the whole 180 minutes of the tie. But
No. It happens in phases. It happens in phases.
It's the crucial parts where you're gonna have to shit.
Yeah, crunch time.
But
what they've said and what the media said this season is that City, when it comes to crunch time, obviously now they're finding gear in like the last stages of the season, in the most important times of the season or the matches City find. So they should both cancel each other out. But still, would Real Madrid come out on top?
Real Madrid is.
I honestly think Real Madrid win this Champions League. I don't feel everybody said City.
Yeah, I can't go up against Real Madrid in this competition.
I think it's insulting that mainstream media and everyone's still going up against Real Madrid. I feel like if they're in this position now, they've shown you over like 8 years. Don't write us off. Like we're gonna like.
This is not to say Manchester City can't, but I'd like for City to be your favourites. Like no matter what City's doing right now in terms of their ability to play, in terms of their ability to win, Real Madrid in the Champions League is Real Madrid. Like in La Liga, they're not doing shit. They're like 10 points away from Barcelona. They're gonna lose the La Liga. But in the Champions League, something different comes on. When they hear the music, something different comes on. And you can't discount that at the end of the day. Like they're gonna show up in the Champions League.
Can we quickly just touch on something? So before we get onto Man City, can we touch on the fact that we always hear this thing of like when pundits say this is why we have the best league in the world in England and that. But if we have the best league in the world and the best players and it's exciting, it's competitive, it never translates in Europe. So Nathan says the Sevilla of the Champions League or the Real Madrid of the Europa. Spain continuously dominate European competitions. Like Sevilla is known, that's their competition. Real Madrid is known, this is their competition. Even before that, Barca used to bully this tournament. For like since 2009, I'd say, it's gone to Spain at least 2009, that's 10 years, 11, 12. That's about 14 years, right? Now for 2009. I would say at least 10 times, 9 or 10 times it's gone to Spain. That's mad. That's mad.
I think while that's true, it's mad that in this generation, like this last 20 odd years or whatever it is coming up to, we ran into possibly the two greatest club sides in history in the Barcelona from 2009 to 2015-ish, and then Real Madrid from 2014 to 2022, wherever we are now. Like, I think that these are generally two of the greatest club sides ever. So yeah, you're completely correct, but at the same time, like, how many other how many other time, like, if you look back at the previous years, Real Madrid and Barcelona were not touching the Champions League like that. It was England that was dominating it.
Which year?
From 2005, from 2005-ish all the way to 2012, it was the English teams that were. It was the English
7 years. 7 years, and even in them 7 years, Liverpool, Barca, Liverpool.
I'm talking about teams like it was English teams that were going to the further stages. It was English teams that
Yeah,
were.
for that 7-year periods, English teams always made like the
But
final.
then we
But
ran.
I'm
Then we
saying
ran.
like, but
Then
I
we
wasn't
ran
win,
into,
but you weren't winning. But you weren't
but
winning
then
all
you
of
ran
them.
in. Then after that, let's say after you've ran into Pep Guardiola's Barcelona,
Oh
who
09.
who you put them against any team in history, they're gonna punch up more or less. They're gonna punch up any team in history. And then after that, you ran into La Decima, and you ran into Zidane's three-peat, and then you run into Ancelotti's second run, and it's just like, bro, like I get what you're saying in terms of like these Spanish team, but I think we've genuinely ran into like the greatest.
Nah,
The,
I hear you. I hear you, but that's an excuse. You know why it's an excuse? Because you keep hearing the same. We have the best league. We have the best players. If you do, it should translate in some
bro,
form of it. You can't keep saying
Pep,
that, and
Pep
you
went,
don't
Pep
bully.
went
You
to,
don't.
Pep went to Bayern Munich with one of the best Bayern teams that we've seen in a long time, and they couldn't lay a glove on these Real Madrid teams.
Let's.
They
I mean,
couldn't.
like
They couldn't lay the glove
Pep
on
at
these
Bayern.
Barcelona teams.
Pep didn't stay at Bayern long enough.
You don't think so? He
No,
was at Bayern for what? From what?
3 years.
2014 to
3 years.
23 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Pep didn't stay at Bayern long enough. And going back to what you said from 2005 to 2005 to about 2010, I give you that. We were getting to the latter stages, but we weren't winning. Spanish teams, there's no other winner. They're just winning. 05 was Liverpool, 06 was Barca, 07 was Liverpool, 08 was United, 09 was
What
Barca.
I'm talking about English teams being like nowadays. English teams do not go deep into the Champions League apart from Chelsea fluke here. I won't call it a fluke here. They won it.
Which
And then
one? 2021.
2021, and then City obviously went to the semi-finals last year. But like a lot
No,
of
finals. The semis
English
to
teams
analyze.
aren't making
Finals.
Finals.
Let's use finals. Don't use semis. Finals.
Finals 2005 Liverpool, 2006 Arsenal, 2007 Liverpool, 2008 Man United, 2009 Man United, 2010 Inter Bayern Munich, 2011 Manchester United, 2012 Chelsea. So you had a 7-year run here where again English teams are going deep and then we're making the final. And then again, as I said, we've run into, this is not me making excuses for the English teams, but I genuinely think, bro, it doesn't matter what other teams you're putting up against, like this run of Barcelona and Real Madrid teams. There's not many that are beating these teams. Like you actually put any of the great teams, any of the great European teams in a Champions League tournament with those two clubs, bro. I'd love
What
to
are
see
you arguing? What? I don't know. I don't get your point. Then you're not the best. Not the point. Then you're not the best.
100%, bro. But at the same time, I'm saying
you keep
bro,
saying that you're not the best.
Aside from English teams, there's been other great teams in these competitions up until throughout this time. There's like apart from English teams, there's been other great teams that simply haven't been able to lay a glove
Like who?
on the line. As I said, Pep's Bayern Munich team.
But they don't say they're the best,
bro. They were actually a great team. I'm not saying, but bro. This is not me. I'm not, and in terms of, I still think in terms of competitiveness, in terms of like quality of the league, bro, you're not getting better than the Premier League. Like, do you think if you step up to Europa, La Liga, you're getting better quality teams than in the Premier League?
The best. This is the definition of this is what makes it so. The most competitive league in the world is the Premier League. That don't make it the best.
How does it not make it the best though? What does the best mean?
The best will have the best.
Mean has the best two teams.
Because for me, it depends. Because it's like no one else can come in and body that. No one else can come in and body them two teams in the world. So how all of a sudden is yours the best? Yours is the most competitive.
We literally beat Barcelona. We beat Real Betis that were fifth in that league. Like you can't move as if that league is untouchable. Like
today, this season,
we've
been saying this best in the league thing for this whole span, since this whole reign.
Even previously, bro, I can't lie. I'm not hearing like in terms of like Brighton's coming and punching up bare teams in that flipping La Liga. I can't lie. Like if we're being, we're really gonna argue. So man, bro, I'm just trying to make it clear. Like in terms of like I think it's so hard to discount the Premier League as the strongest league, just because of the fact that you have so many strong teams that I think would go up and like give the big teams in Spain a fight. I don't want to spend again.
Let's move on, innit? We'll say this for another day, innit? Like, let's go on to Man City. Man City's demolition of, because I would call it a demolition. Man City's demolition of Bayern Munich.
It wasn't even second leg. It wasn't even demolition.
Bayern, no, the whole thing. I'm talking on aggregate. I'm gonna say this. Were Bayern ever that good this season?
Not this Bayern. Or not just Bayern in recent history. Like
washed.
It's not mid, but at the same time, it's not like getting you off your seat. It's not getting you off your seat. Like Bayern have just been dead. Like again, they're gonna dominate their league, but at the same time, like when they step up to the big table and they have to face the big boys, suddenly like their front four never seems as fearsome. Like it's never as scary. You know when you see it up front, it's like, oh shit, you're not as bad.
Yeah. Every single. I feel like we could have watched. I said it. We could have watched that game again. They could have played 10 times, and Man City win 10 times. There was no Bayern were never gonna beat Man City.
So I tell you the worst thing about Upamaguire, the worst thing that's like the worst thing for Upamecano's image. He has no opportunity to rehab his image because in the Bundesliga, there's no opportunity to play like a big game and like, oh shit, against like in the Premier League, it could be like, oh shit, he went to Emirates away and he was monstrous and nobody went past.
No, he's got to wait a year.
Man City at home, bro, he was so cold.
He's got to wait a year and
he just has to wait another year to rehab his image. Like nobody's gonna be looking in. Like all the games he has to play, he's gonna be expected to win.
He's been solid this season,
bro. He's had an all right season. He's been decent, but at the same time, when it's time for you to step, it always feels like with I can't even say his name, Upamecano. When it's time for you to step up to that level, you fumble. Bro, I don't feel like I've watched a big game from Upamecano and he hasn't given me.
And you thought, wow, this guy's class.
Bro,
I haven't. You're right.
Bro, it's just like, wow. It's just like, yeah, nice. It's peak for him in terms of being able to rehab his image.
In terms of...
Do you think Nagelsmann beats this City team?
Yeah, not beats them, but he does a better showing.
Where sacking your manager before flipping Champions League.
Tie that big.
Crazy.
No, that's
Mourinho before the final.
Nathan says the only hard game left over there is Leipzig.
And but you're not getting no straps off of Leipzig. That's even your old boys. That's your dogs. You know them inside out. You're not getting no straps off of that, man.
What do we take from that City performance? Everyone's saying City's really purring. They've never seen the City like this in the Champions League. Do you agree?
City were getting touched a little bit in the first half. I can't lie. Like Sane, you probably should score your
Sane's just a bozo, isn't it?
Just you got to score again. Cucurella hype, you got to score. But again, you got the 3-0 lead. Like it's like you weren't ever like in danger. You weren't ever in danger. What I take from it is that City are rolling, and what we spoke about last time with Real Madrid is gonna be a case of, can you limit Real Madrid's aura moment? Can you limit Real Madrid's aura? If you can limit that, and if you can take the crowd out of it, and you can take the mystique of the Champions League away from it. It sounds like I'm using bare buzzwords, but you actually have to deep with Real Madrid. It's real. It's real with Real Madrid.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like
the ability to create an atmosphere and to create moments of chaos and create moments where you don't know where you are really, and it's all like everything's whizzing around your head. They need to limit those moments. If they can do that, then I think City are the better team, and I think they win. But if they can't limit those moments, it's gonna be techie. No cap though. Coleman was frying Ake like Gizzard. Yeah, he was having Ake. I think
that's the worst I've seen Ake play this season, and it's shocking because Coleman. We always say on here, Coleman's watch is so fake. So I was shocked to see him play like that.
He pumped him. He gave him a hamstring injury in the end, fam. That Coleman never expected it. I never expected it.
No one did. That caught me by surprise. Shit. I would say let's go to the other branch banks quickly. Milan derby is what turned out to be a Milan derby. Heritage. Are we getting Milan kits? I'll get the red, you get the blue.
I don't have any flowers, but I've got some jam sandwich biscuits. Can I give this to Rafael Leao?
Firstly, you budget bastard. Those are jammy biscuits. Don't ever call that a jam. Don't ever call that a jam sandwich. But yeah, go on.
Leao. I don't have no flowers, but I'm gonna present this to Rafael Leao. You know, in the African leagues when they have to have a man of the match award, but they give them like egg or something.
They give him like a yam. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Rafael Leao. you are a superstar. You are a superstar because
He was having a joyous time.
Everyone was talking about Kvaratskhelia and what's with Kvarat, and you were just there like, you know what? You lot keep the hype on him. I got something for you both legs. I got something for you both legs. And when I say,
and you know what, he's been awful this season.
He's been warming up to it. He's been
awful this season. He's been awful this season. Even in Champions League, he's been awful since the group stage. Only in the group stage was he decent. He's been awful against Tottenham, awful all through. So you're just there and you're looking at him like, fair enough. Is like, did you save it? And this is the thing, when teams from the same nations play each other, all the form goes out the window. That's why we love Champions League.
That's just I know you back home, bro. You're not bad. You're not bad like that. I know you back home.
Your area is. So
they beat AC Milan 3 times in the space of a week.
Space of 2 weeks, yeah. So
2 weeks, yeah.
So yeah, no, they go into it. So which Milan is stronger to you? And yeah, which Milan do you think goes through? Because it's said by like the Italian, I won't say media, but ITKs, that to be fair, Inter is stronger. Like Inter's a much better cup team. Like it's a serious Inter's a proper cup team. That's the point
I was gonna make, because to me, I think the star power of Leao, and as weird as like Giroud missed like 3 chances, but in the end he gets his goal. Like that's Giroud for you.
Yeah.
But Inter right now just have like they just have that cup mentality about them where
Inter actually more like, if we're gonna do it on just ball alone in terms of like who is more likely to go through just because of systems and style and what benefits the cup competition is Inter. But in terms of who's more box office and like who people want to see, it's Milan. It's AC. It's AC Milan.
Yeah, everyone wants to see Leao in the final.
Yeah.
Leao in the final. And yeah, no, let's wrap it up there, man. I'm United. You've made me sick. You've made me. Oh, we gotta talk about Mannion. Yeah, no, Nathan, hold my hands up. Mannion, you're fucking cold.
I wasn't familiar with your game,
bro. You're doing it for black keepers because Mendy had us on the ropes for a little bit. It was techie for a little bit, but
and I must say, obviously, he was injured just before the World Cup squads were announced. But Didier Deschamps, you idiot! Because if you're an idiot,
he was injured, bro. He was injured.
You're an idiot. No, he wasn't injured during. It wasn't injured during the whole tournament. You're an idiot. He wasn't injured during the whole tournament.
I think the only thing is, even if he was fit, he would have still played Lloris. He would have still. He's a.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Lloris is captain France, and you're an idiot because he couldn't save.
We're not gonna relive that trauma for you, Shem. We're not gonna.
Yeah, it's calm, man. It's calm, man.
Guys, if you're still in the building, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave, man. Just give it a quick tap on the way out. We don't bug you for it during the stream, but just on the way out, just hit the like button on the way out. United, you made me sick. I'm gonna have to go in, and my kids are gonna laugh at me. I've been your host today, Banks, joined by my ever faithful co-host, Lavish or Oluwashemi Lore, Kante's cousin. This has been the Final Third European Review Show, where we look back on the European week. Have a great night. Good night.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Well, you should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You face charges.